Strap in and fire it up. It's time to light the fuse.
It's time to light a fuse. We'll eat what he likes. Yeah. Right, rear racing, we're bringing the heat. Burning rubber and mics, got you up out your seat. Life, live on the track, or the digital stream. We don't chase views, we chase dreams. From the dirt to the asphalt, throttle stays wide. Every lap we broadcast, it's a hell of a ride. Yeah, Facebook Live and that YouTube screen. Tune in now, it's a high octane scene. Tires spinning, fans grinning. Right rear's live, and we ain't quitting. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, we didn't chose Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, it's your time.
And welcome back to Right Rear Racing as we bring you week number 4 of your Demolition Tour with the Regal Promotions Esports presented by Right Rear Racing. As tonight is week number 4 of the 6-week series, it looks like we're going to have 8 drivers here tonight as these drivers are currently breaking this track in and figuring out how they want to cut the track and hit the other cars and make that demolition happen here tonight for week number 4 action. I just see a few drivers are out there on the track still breaking this track in. We do have just a little bit over 5 minutes until we start our action here tonight. And for the quick rundown of your top 5 endpoints here for coming into week number 4, James Rooney, he's won all 3 of the races so far. He's currently in the points lead with 180 points. We have Andrew Regal in second with 136. We have Derek, who he moved up 3 spots last week. He's sitting in third with 123. Robert Puckett, he's moved up 1 spot as well. He's moved up to the 4th spot. He has 117. And he edges out Matt Taylor, who's sitting out in 5th with 116. We do have a good close battle there between 4th, 5th, and 6th, as Josh Slater has 115 points as well as 1 point separating each position there. And we also do have your team as well as the Regal Promotions Esports is currently leading the team division here with 396 points, with Velocity Motorsports in second with 249. And then we have Cadenberry Motorsports sitting in third with 123 points. And we have Elite Performance Industries with 115. A quick rundown for some of the awards that are going to be given out at the end of this series. Again, we do have this week and the next 2 weeks of racing. The Apex Graphics Silent Contender bonus is going to be given a free wrap. And that's going to be awarded to the highest point finisher without a podium finish during the season here. Your driver champion is going to be given a custom trophy. You have your F&D awareness last lap hero bonus. Any driver who wins an event with the last lap pass will earn a $5 bonus, courtesy of F&D awareness. Your Mr. Unclean Driver Award will be given a single series Regal Promotions Esports membership for Destructible Racing, and the Race of the Year award will be a driver vote for the most memorable and exciting race of the season. And it'll be voted on drivers at the end of the season there. And we also have your team champion. All the drivers on that team will be given a custom trophy or a t-shirt. And imagine that with the 118 of Zachary Good already on practicing getting on his lid there during this practice session here tonight. Again, this opens up your last month of the spring events here for Regal Promotions, and the Spring Fever will be on May 5th on Tuesday, starting at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's going to be at Oswego with 60 laps, 300 in the 358 modifieds with a custom fix setup. And catch that action on Regal Promotions Esports. They're going to be back live again also on May 6th at 8 p.m. Eastern for your Empire State Grand Prix. And Thursday, May 7th at 8 p.m. Eastern for the Regal Promotions Esports 25 at the Glen. And then we're going to be back live on Sunday for at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Better Half Classic at South Boston. And you can catch that action right here on Right Rear Racing. Then immediately after that one at 8:30 p.m. Eastern is going to be week number 5 of your Demolition Tour as they take on the Regal Promotions Esports Tidewater Throwdown at Langley Speedway for 75 laps. We do have about a minute and a half left until we get underway here. And these drivers have already been given the admin box drivers meeting. And we will hear from your top 3 drivers in your Apex Graphics victory lane here tonight. We're not going to have a pit road, but thanks to Dirt Series Promotions for sponsoring the pit road here. The F&D Awareness Driver of the Year and Last Lap Hero sponsor. We have Full Throttle Motorsports with your green flag sponsor. We're going to get that one underway here in less than a minute time here. And our practice sponsor here tonight for this practice session is Sweet Tea Gang. And we also have Regal Promotions Esports Shop is your warm-up session sponsor, as we don't have a warm-up here. The TJ Visuals is going to be your fastest lap sponsor, with Victory Fuel being your 4-wide salute sponsor here for Regal Promotions Esports events. As you see, these drivers are already getting it on. We do have, let me look at how many drivers we have here. We do have 8 drivers. We have 2 drivers driving the truck, 1 in that big block modified, and 5 in late models here tonight. As we're taking a look on the 118 of Zachary Good, that 08 of Andrew Regal. He's looking to cut that tire, or cut the infield. Cutting the infield here at Cedar Lake. We do have the infield tractor tires that could play a factor on trying to cut the turn and hit someone there in the middle of the turn. As Benjamin in that 14 machine, he's going to be in that truck as well. The practice session is over. That means that we're set to go underway here momentarily as soon as the lineups get posted and everyone changes their setups for the main event here tonight. Again, we're here for, I believe it's 75 laps. I could be wrong. As Ben, he's going to be starting on the pole in that 14 machine. We have Derek on his outside of the 041. I believe he's actually in the Dale Earnhardt paint number 3 there. With Jimbo Rooney, the one that's won every single race so far, in that 27. He's going to start inside row number 2. Josh Slater on his outside in the 30. We have Zachary Good in the 118. He's going to start inside row number 3 with Andrew Regal on his outside in the 08. And Armando Melgosa in the 78 is going to be inside on the 4th row with Robert Puckett in the 45 on his outside, as we're set to go underway here momentarily. I'll try to get a good look here on these drivers, as we're still waiting on Josh Slater in that 30 machine. And Josh Slater's going to miss the call, so he's going to have to come out of the pits, which coming through the pits and making up that time should be pretty quick. As you see, Derek's already opening the gate there and taking out Ben. I believe that was Andrew that joined in. The 118 of Zachary Good. We're already crashing down the back straightaway as Derek is going to get an early lead here with Armando Melgoza right there. Jimbo Rooney's moved up there. He's going to be taken out by Zachary Good. Zachary Good's taking everyone out during this parade lap. They just received one to go. We're going to go green flag racing next time around. Who's going to end up being on the front row here as Andrew Regal's looking down low. He's going to be hitting Jimbo Rooney there. Ooh, this is 118. That's Zachary Good. He's already coming through there and plowing through the field. The 27 of Jimbo Rooney. He said, I'm not taking it anymore, and we're underway here at Cedar Lake for week number 4 action. As it's Jimbo Rooney, Armando Melgoza, Zachary Good in that 118 machine. Who's he going to take out? He's been the one that's taking everyone out here lately. As Ben is taking the drivers out as well. Ben's up there in that 14 machine, getting that outside going. Here comes 08 of Andrew Regal. As we're going to go back and watch Ben, he's going to try to, thought he was going to straight line Andrew there as the 41 of the 3 machine here. He's figured out his little tricks. The 30 machine is trying to take him out here. As you see, the 3 machines right there trying to get that infield going. And we do have one on this lid. I believe that's going to be the 30 machine of Josh Slater. Oh, and Andrew took him out of the park here as in turn 1 and 2. Andrew's out there on the outside of the track and coming back in. The 30 machine of Josh Slater, he has come back through. He's hitting that outside fence there. He's going to try to make his way back out onto the track as we go back to the front with Jimbo Rooney. He's moved up 2 spots so far. He's completed 4 laps and make that 5 coming off turn number 4, as we do have 60 laps. As I stand corrected there, I thought it was going to be, I thought it was 75. It's 60 laps here tonight as Zachary Good in that 118 machine. He's up there running second, but who's he going to end up taking out to get underway here for the Cedar Lake event? Armando Melgoza, he's still in 3rd as Andrew Regal's in 4th. Derek in that 3 machine, he's working his way around the infield lake as he's trying to stay clear of all the incidents here. He's down on lap number 4 there as he's 3 laps down from Jimbo Rooney, as Jimbo Rooney is currently leading the field. Is someone going to take out Jimbo here, as Jimbo has, reminder there, I know I've been beating a dead horse there. He has won every single event here for your Demolition Tour. And take a look at Derek. He's still working that infield, getting those laps in. We're going to go over there to Andrew. I believe there's a car that's flipping over there. And that was Robert Puckett slamming on the brakes and making Ben do some flips through the infield, or to the pits there, as Robert, I'm sorry, that's Jimbo Rooney. The 118 is Zachary Good. He's still right there. Armando, everyone's kind of spaced out here. We're going to just keep clicking through and try to find some drivers that are making some mayhem. Again, the 3 machine, he's just working that infield, getting some trying to get some laps in. Here comes Regal. Regal's trying to do it, but Derek is going to take him out right there, as Regal's going to try to cut the inside there of the lake around the track equipment, work his way and make their own turn number 4 there. Zachary Good, he's going to take out Jimbo there for the lead as a 118. He's going to be your new leader here coming off turn number 4, turn number 2, I believe, as I'm getting thrown around here with all the track in here. Coming off turn 4, give the lead to Zachary Good. Jimbo Rooney's looking down low. We're going to be side by side coming off turn number 2. The 118 is going to get the outside going to the 78. That's going to be your 3rd place runner. That's going to be Armando Melgoza. He just went down another lap there, as we do have a battle. These 2 drivers are the only 2 drivers that are on the lead lap. The 118 is Zachary Good, takes out Jimbo Rooney, but hits the outside wall. That's going to allow Jimbo Rooney to keep on going, and you're getting a little bit of gap between him and Zachary Good. But here momentarily, Jimbo Rooney will be getting taken out, as you see the 45 of Robert Puckett's trying his best to block him, but Jimbo's going to push him out of the way as they go in turn number 1. As they work their way off turn number 2, down the back straightaway, Jimbo's going to cut the infield here and try to get better gap and avoid the 45. He cut the course there and avoided it, but the 14 of Benjamin, he's going to skyrocket over turn 1. He's took out Jimbo Rooney, and the 08 of Andrew is going to end up hitting Jimbo Rooney. That's going to allow the 118 once again of Zachary Good to come back through the field and take the lead. The 3 and the 30 is going to wreck right there in front of your leaders. Zachary Good avoided all of that. Armando Melgosa is right there in that 78 machine. He's stuck there on the front straightaway. I'm sorry, that's the back straightaway there. As Regal's working his way through 3 and 4, work down the front straightaway. We're a quarter of the way through as Regal's going to go to the grass burn there in turn 1 and 2. And going to try to flip over his buddy of Robert as they're now on top of him there. Oh, Zachary Good got taken out. I don't know what happened there, but it's still Zachary Good in the lead just by a little bit as Jimbo Rooney's going to be coming hot on his heels going into turn 3 there, coming off turn 4. The 78 of Armando Melgosa is going to be right there in front of the 27 of Jimbo Rooney as they work their way through 1 and 2. And we got Andrew Regal still on top of Ben there in 1 and 2 on the access road. And Zachary Good, he's still leading the field with 22 laps down in the books for him as Jimbo Rooney is in second. Armando Melgosa is going to be in third. Derek is currently in fourth. Josh Slater in that 30 machine is running fifth. And I believe Regal went ahead and reset to get back out on the track. Robert Puckett is in seventh, and Ben still flipped over there on his lid and trying to figure out how to get it stuck there or unstuck there. And it's the 118 of Zachary Good still leading the field. He's moved up 4 spots. Armando Melgosa, he's currently in third. That's your first car down a lap as Jimbo Rooney is about a 2-second gap on between him and Zachary Good. And by looking at it, Regal and Ben, they both reset to go back to the pits and get their repairs done. Here comes Derek cutting the track once again and trying to get something going here to get back onto the lead lap and pass Armando Melgosa for that third spot here. And Regal's coming off the track, onto the track. You see him do a wheelie there on the track entrance as we are nearing your halfway point here for your Cedar Lake event for week number 4. As we're trying to keep up for when the third party gaming white flag will be thrown out here, but we are only at halfway point here as Jimbo Rooney did take over the lead. I don't know what happened there, but the 118 of Zachary Good, he's going to be right there as well. The 30, that's going to be Josh Slater. Josh Slater's looking down low. Thought he's going to take out Jimbo there as we are now halfway through with your week 4 event. Working our way straight away going into turn number 3. 30 machine is going to push up. We're still racing clean here. The 45 machine, he's going to take him out. The 118 is Zachary Good. Go ahead and finishes him off and tries to push him off out of the track onto the pit road. The 45 machine of Robert Puckett is going to go around the pits. The 78 of Armando Melgosa got some of that brunt there as the 08, the 08 of Regal ends up finishing off Armando Melgosa in that 78 machine and sends him out into the pits off turn number 1. And now it's still Zachary Good out in the lead as Zachary Good has about a 6-second gap on Jimbo Rooney as we are getting close to being just 20 laps here in your event as the third place runner. They're coming on back onto the track. He's 5 laps down. Regal goes up to the top side. He's going to look down low and avoid the altercation. But the 78 of Armando is going to take out Jimbo Rooney once again. Jimbo's going to go ahead and slide it, push it in there, and try to take out Regal. As Regal's trying to slow him down just a little bit. And now Jimbo's going to cut through the track here, cut 3 and 4, come off turn 4, and the 08 of Regal's right there once again. As now everyone's down a lap, and Jimbo's going to try to get back up there, but Ben's right there as well. None of these drivers want to see Jimbo Rooney take a sweep here in this series as Everyone's taking him out and letting Zachary Good go through. As you see, Zach's right there, the 45 machine. As soon as I said that the 45 machine of Robert Puckett, he's going to take out Zachary Good there in 1 and 2. Andrew Regal just tried it there, swing and a miss, but still slowed him down just a little bit. That's going to allow the 27 machine of Jimbo Rooney to get back onto the lead lap there, as you've seen Jimbo Rooney make a little bit of contact with the Zachary Good in that 118 machine. And you see Jimbo Rooney going through 1 and 2. Zachary Good working his way through 3 and 4 as he's going in turn number 1 here. Jimbo Rooney's right there. He has about an 8-second gap on between Zachary Good and Jimbo Rooney. And trying to keep up with everything. I want to go back where Ben is, because I know that Ben's going to cause some destruction here as he's getting that outside going. Makes a little contact with the outside wall. And the 118 of Zachary Good's trying to pass him on the outside. Again, the 118 of Zachary Good is your current leader of the race. You're going to slam on the brakes and try to throw Zachary Good off. Zachary dodged it there. Then he's going to try to avoid it as the 14 machine. He's going to cut through the infield. He's going to come through there and swing and a miss. He's going to ramp over the top of 1 and 2, or top 2 wall there, and be right there at the pit entrance. He's going to end up going in there and turn it around and getting back onto the track. The 118 is still leading the field. He has a 6-second gap on Jimbo Rooney as the 30 machine of Josh Slater just try to cut from the bottom of the track. And we're going to get back to Ben, as I believe Ben's making contact with Robert Puckett. Again, the target's on Zachary Good's back as we're working in on the last 15 laps here tonight. Jimbo Rooney is still in second. Derek is still working that inside lane, the inside part of that track. He's trying to stay out of the way and get back onto the lead lap, as he is currently 5 laps down in that 3rd place position. Josh Slater in that 4th place machine. He's right there as well. We're going to go back up to Zachary Good, as always trying to look at him, because I believe the leaders have always had their target on their back. I believe Robert Puckett, or not Robert, Ben's cutting through the infield. He's coming to get the 118. That's going to be a head-on collision right there. That's with your leader. That's going to collect Regal as well. That's going to allow Jimbo Rooney back around once again in the closing laps here tonight, with 13 laps remaining for week number 4. Now Zachary Good's going to try to get that outside going, and now Jimbo Rooney is not safe. Again, we only have 2 drivers on the lead lap. Jimbo Rooney has a 1.5 second gap, well, just about a second gap on Zachary Good, but Ben, he's going to slow down. Ben cut up the track and going to make contact with Robert, have Robert come down in front of the 118 of Zachary Good, and that's going to allow Jimbo Rooney to make a little bit more of a gap here. Then Josh Slater ended up capitalizing just a little bit, and there's a close one between Josh Slater and Armando Melgoza. And Jimbo Rooney crossing the start-finish line, going on turn number 1, who's going to cut through the infield and try to take him out, as Zachary Good's being taken out once again, and Jimbo Rooney's coming off of turn number 4 right there, as we have 10 laps remaining in your week 4 event, as the 118 of Zachary Good's getting put down a lap. But the 45 of Robert Puck is going to take out your leader. That's going to allow Zachary Good to get back on the lead lap, but was collected as well. Hits the outside wall. Now he's getting back underway. He's back on the lead lap here, but can he end up making a pass on Jimbo Rooney there for the win? And Rooney's on his lid there, and that's going to allow Zachary Good to be back in the front. And here Ben in that 14 machine, watch out for him, as he's going to try to reel in Zachary Good and probably take him out there, as now Zachary Good has a lap at least on the rest of the field, and Jimbo Rooney's still on his lid, as Ben tries to take him and flip him over. Andrew Regal tries to flip him over as well. Now we have mayhem in turn 3 and 4. Is that going to be a cluster for Zachary Good? Zachary Good was caught up with something there, as we do have 8 laps remaining here tonight. And Jimbo Rooney has made his way to the infield, and he's on his lid still. The 118 of Zachary Good is going to be working his way with 7 laps here remaining. And Derek in that truck there, he's going to, if Jimbo stays on his lid just a little bit more, then there we go with the pass, as Derek in that 1, or the Dale Earnhardt Sr. 3 wrap there. He's moved up into your second spot as everyone else is over there trying to help out Jimbo Rennie and get him back on his lid. That was, I seen Armando, I seen Regal, and now we see Ben trying to get Jimbo back on his lid here, or back on his shoes to get underway. And there's a wreck right there in front of your leader, as we do have 4 laps remaining here in week number 4 action. And now that's going to allow Josh Slater to make the pass there, as well as into your top 3, as Zachary Good is trying to stay out of harm's way, as Regal's right there as well. Regal's going to make contact with the 118, but the 27 is trying to take out the 118 as well, as they work their way down the back straightaway into turn number 3. The 78 of Armando Melgoza is right there, trying to slow down the 118, as he has everyone down at least 3 laps, as he just received the popsicle sticks with 2 laps remaining. The 78 swinging and a miss, and he spun himself out there in 1 and 2. The 14 machine of Ben, he's trying to do it, but Zachary Good ends up splinting out Ben, as Zachary Good takes the white flag here. Going in turn number 1, we do have some mayhem right there in front of your leader. That's going to be Josh Slater, your 3rd place runner right now. We do have a battle for 3rd between Jimbo Rudy and Josh Slater. Zachary Good, he's coming around and getting the checkered flag and taking week number 4 action, as he does take out Regal there, as Derek's going to take home 2nd. And we do have a battle here for 3rd, and I believe that's going to be going to Jimbo Rooney, as Jimbo's working that inside the track lane. Again, we're going to hear from your top 3 drivers. And everyone's trying to take out Zachary, as he's trying to do some victory donuts here. Again, we're going to hear from your top 3 drivers here momentarily in your Apex Graphic victory lane. Again, thanks to the third-party gaming White Flag and all the sponsors here with Regal Promotions Esports. And Zachary ends up winning the race by 2 laps on Derek in the truck there. And we're going to hear from your top 3 drivers here momentarily, as we're waiting for Jimbo Rooney, who ended up coming back and finishing in 3rd here. And I'm sorry, I should go ahead and give you the whole race results, as it's Zachary Good taking home the win here in that 118, with Derek in the Dale Earnhardt Sr. 3 wrap with that in the truck, finishing in 2nd. In 3rd, we have Jimbo Rooney in his 27 machine. Somehow he came back through there and beat Josh Slater for that 3rd spot. Josh is going to finish in 4th in his 30 machine. We have Armando Melgoza in the 78. It's going to round out for your top 5. Regal finishes out in 6th. Puckett in 7th. And Benjamin rounds out the field here for week number 4 action. And we're going to hear from your 2nd place finisher here. And Derek, how are you doing?
Doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Congrats on uh, finishing out on the podium once again. That's 2 weeks in a row for you.
Oh, most definitely. I didn't take into consideration the speed that the late models had, so I was like, yeah, crap. And then Jimbo, my main focus is towards the later end when I started saying, number 27 is taking the lead. I'm like, okay, I'll risk not getting a podium to make sure he doesn't. And I was overhearing in the lobby, like, he forgot that he took the white flag, not the checkered flag. And I'm like, oh, okay. Because I was happy calling on Discord, and I was just saying, all right, everyone, Jimbo's in the lead. You know, we gotta send him to the moon, which I ended up being the one at the end when everyone was messing around going to the moon.
And again, this week as well, you were getting that inside track going and just trying to stay out of harm's way for the most part. But whenever you say send them to the moon, I've seen a lot of people hit that wall in 1 and 2 and go to the moon and come back down and land in the pits. Uh, was that kind of something that you took into consideration as well tonight?
Yeah, it did a little bit. That's why it's like, excuse me, I was running test laps and everything else. You know, and the inside track, one of the first things I discovered when I did test sessions, you know, within 5 minutes of us talking last week, and the inside line was the only line that I could, you know, think of actually running. Obviously, you would take into consideration everything else, you know, in a pro form. But
Yes, sir.
yeah, and everything was considered. I got scared on the gas because 14 laps in, I hear my spotter go, "Oh, if you fill up now, you know, you'll be good till the end of the race." I'm like, ah, crap. So I started to actually settle on the throttle a little bit for 5 or so laps, and then I was back on it.
And I don't know if you still have the game still put up or the sim still put up for you there. Uh, watching you on the replay here for during this interview, you made you're already kicking up some dirt right there and had exactly where all your marks were for where you needed to turn, and it looks like it's just a regular track for you there.
Oh, most definitely. It's, you know, going into any race, I mean, you can ask everyone on my, you know, the team I'm on at KDM, you know, officials, the races, not, I put at least 50 or so laps on that track just to kind of get the feel for it, you know, and I knew if I hit my marks for a good 5 or so laps, those marks would come in and it would be easy. That's why when they started parking on the front stretch, I'm like, "Whoop, I know how to avoid this one."
Right. Again, congratulations on another podium here tonight. Do you have any friends, family, or sponsors you'd like to give a shout out to?
Nope, you're the same thing. Just everyone over at, you know, KDM, you know, for supporting me and, you know, even putting up with my rage moments, but, you know, that's what they're for.
Hey, man, this race is actually made for it, so that way you get it all out and have fun while you're doing it, man.
Oh, exactly.
And one last question for you: with us going over to the asphalt side and finish out the rest of the series and going to Langley next week, how do you feel about that track being 75 laps, and where do you see yourself contending in that race?
Uh, I have to see what cars are available. I have to do tests. I don't have an answer for that. All I know is pretty much as long as Jimbo doesn't finish, you know, I'll be happy. Because I think with that finish, if I were to look at the point standings, I might have moved into second point. So I'm going for him.
Oh, it makes sense,
I'll
man.
I'll put that out there right now.
It makes sense, man. I'm glad to see someone else take a win here tonight as well, as he has won all 3 races so far.
Oh yeah. I'm looking at the standings right now. I moved into second. 52 points separated.
That's going to be a hard deficit to overcome within the last 2 weeks here.
Almost definitely. That's why I'm gonna, like I was saying, I'll make sure Jimbo doesn't finish.
Well, once again, man, congratulations on the podium here, and good luck to you the rest of the season, and hopefully we hear back from you again on the last 2 races of the season here, man.
Almost definitely. You have a good one.
Yes, you too, man.
Yeah.
See it. And there you have it, your second place runner, Derek, who runs in that Dale Earnhardt Sr. number 3 wrap there in that truck here tonight. And we're going to hear from Zachary Good, your winner of tonight's event. And Zach, do you got a copy?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. First off, good race tonight, and congratulations on the win. A little bit different tactic than the first week that we saw you race, where you're taking everyone out there on the opener of this series. And tonight it seemed like you were trying to run the race clean and try to avoid everything. How was it whenever you got to the front and everyone was trying to take you out?
It was definitely fun, honestly. I know Jimbo made a comment during the race of how he was trying to avoid everything and still race around. I wanted to switch up my tactic a little bit and see if I could actually pull a win out. And of course, my first podium in an RPES event is in the Demolition Tour, so I'll take it though.
And that's going to, right there, we have something in common that we both take home a win or podium here with Regal on a Demolition event. That's why I'm over here now broadcasting it for him. Also, with towards the end there, whenever Jimbo got on his lid, were you planning on going down there and trying to help him out any, or just forget it, I'm running my race and see if I can still win this thing?
Honestly, I was so zoned out. I saw he got turned over, but I didn't see that he was still turned over all those laps later. I know I kind of ran into them, flipping him over towards the end when he actually got flipped over. So that was kind of my contribution, I guess. I was just so zoned out trying to run the race and actually get the win.
And besides all the destruction, avoiding the big wrecker of Ben there, how did the track feel for you tonight with your setup?
Surprisingly, actually really well. I don't really run late models at all. I'm just a sprint cut mostly. So when I went out there and I was actually running laps, I felt really comfortable. And I think that's when I decided to change my game plan of, instead of just trying to ruin everybody's night, I was gonna actually try to run and see what happens.
Yes, sir. And again, congratulations on taking the win here tonight for round number 4 of the Demolition Tour. Do you have any friends, family, or sponsors you'd like to give a shout out to?
Honestly, about the only ones I'll give a shout out to is my boys over at PowerPoint Sim Sports, the team I've been running with recently. Good group of guys, and hopefully I can get them out to run this with us soon also.
And hopefully we catch you next week on the podium once again, to at least for the last 2 weeks of the series here, man.
Yep, I'll be there for sure. I definitely don't want to miss it.
Yes, sir. You have a good one, man.
Appreciate it. Yep, you too.
And there you have it, your winner here tonight in the 118 of Zachary Good. Looks like Jimbo Rooney is not going to make the call for his interview here tonight. So we just got the top 2 drivers here for your Apex Graphics victory lane. And that's going to do it for tonight's Race in Action. Reminder that on Sunday, May 10th, we're going to be live here on Right Rear Racing for the Regal Promotions Esports Better Half Classic, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, as they take on South Boston for 30 laps. And then immediately after that, at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, is going to be your Tidewater Throwdown for your Langley Speedway. We're 75 laps again with the Destruction Tour. That's going to be round number 5 of your Destruction Tour. Thanks for joining in, and we will catch you next time right here on Right Rear Racing.
Checkered flag flying, it's the end of the show. From dirt to the blacktop, we let it all go. Burning rubber, slamming gears, making hearts race. If you miss the heat, catch the highlight, press play. Alright, rear racing, lights out, that's a wrap. From the front straight to the back, we attacked every lap. Don't blink, don't sleep, we'll be back in your feed. With the throttle wide open and a need for speed. Saw the drama, the thrill, the slide jobs and spins. Legends born in the booth and on tracks we win. Facebook, YouTube, hit subscribe and stay loud. We ain't slowing down, just saving it for the next round. Broadcast signed off, but the fire still burns. Catch us next time, where the story continues at full send. Alright, we're racing, we